Hello, friends, and welcome back to Mobility Matters. I'm your host, Javier Betancourt, Executive Director of the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust, or CITT. We're the quasi-independent agency of Miami-Dade County charged with overseeing your half-penny sales tax for transportation. As we've mentioned on the show before, that half-penny is generating roughly $400 million a year. And by agreement, when the referendum was passed almost 25 years ago now, the cities get 20% of those funds. The rest goes to the county for larger regional transportation and transit projects. So we have 34 cities in Miami-Dade County, and we distribute those funds to each of those cities on a population basis. Well, no city is larger than the city of Miami, so they get the bulk of those municipal funds. And I'm really happy to have on the program today two of the city of Miami's great city officials. We have Natasha Wade, who is the transportation manager, and Jaime Blackston, who is the transportation project manager, both with the Department of Resilience and Public Works.
Yes.
Ladies, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much
for having us.
Oh, God, say something else. I have to catch my breath after all those long titles.
I know you had like a long intro, and I was like, yes.
I know. So listen, it's a pleasure to have you both here. It's your first time on the program. First time on any podcast, I understand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we're going to make it easy for you. This is just a fun conversation. So, and we have so much to talk about because the city of Miami is doing so much. First of all, tell us about your roles at the city. What do you do?
Well, my role as a transportation manager is I oversee the city trolley system, where we operate with 13 routes from 6:30 in the morning to like 11:30 at night. We operate on Sunday as well. We cover in all parts of the city of Miami with our 13 routes. We also take in consideration the new building that's being built up around the city of Miami. So we're now working on our trolley master plan, which we're trying to enhance where we need to go from where we are now.
Excellent. And we'll talk about that in depth in a second. And what is your role?
So I, like you said, I'm the transportation project manager. And what I do is I oversee the relationships that we have with all of our vendors. Just as Natasha mentioned, we have our Miami trolleys. We also have to do detour routes. We oversee the buses and shelters within the city limits, not just City of Miami buses and shelters, but also the county buses and shelters. And as she mentioned, with the Miami Trolley Master Plan, which was my first big initiative that we are overseeing. What we're doing is we're just having those conversations with the community residents as well as constituents and the commissioners just to see how we can enhance the program that we already have established and move into other areas that might not currently have adequate transportation.
Right, because you have a lot of ground to cover. You know, the city of Miami is quite large. It's growing exponentially. You have how many different neighborhoods, right? And so we want to make sure that those funds are distributed equitably, right?
Yes,
and that everyone is being served.
Correct.
So I love that you're getting into that planning initiative. But let's talk about the existing system for a second. You said 13 routes.
13 routes.
Lucky number 13. You really should either drop one or add one. I don't know. So what are those 13 routes today? Let's see how good your memory is. Okay. That's a lot to think.
So we have Attapata, we have Biscayne, we have Brickell, we have Coconut Grove, we have Coral Way, we have Little Havana, we have Liberty City, we have Little Haiti, we have Flagami, and we have Wynwood. We have Stadium, we have Health, and we have Overtown.
You know, I wasn't counting, but I think you nailed it.
I
think you got it.
I was counting. I was like under the table, 1, 2, 3, perfect.
And I have to say, so I used to work for the Miami DDA, which is an agency of the city of Miami. And at the time, we were working hard to have I think it was the Biscayne Brickell trolley at that time combined, introduced to downtown. Because the only trolley you had at that time was the health district. And now, since then, you've grown to 13, which is incredible. And I know you're doing your planning effort, but aside from that, are there any immediate additions, or are you waiting for that planning effort to kind of come to fruition before you decide where you have to expand?
We're actually waiting for our trolley master plan, where we have had a meeting and we have something in mind. But again, we have to wait until everything is impaled together so we can make sure that we're giving the community what is it they ask for. Based on our community meetings that we had, we listened to our residents. So that's what we're aiming for. But in conjunction to that, what we're doing now, what we have done with our half cent, we have incorporated our circuit transit in Coconut Grove. Right. So that's assisting us with our last mile to get people back and forth. So we're looking to try to move forward with using more of our CITT funds with our on-demand services. So again, you know, that's a process, but that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah, so on-demand has become popular in various cities throughout the county. So the city of Miami now is starting to head in that direction as well. Not in lieu of trolleys necessarily, but to complement, right?
Correct. meet. We're meeting up not just with our trolleys, but also with Miami-Dade County and other municipalities.
Of course.
So we're connecting.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the city of Miami is and should be the lead on anything transit because you are the most dense, the most urban part of the county.
Correct.
And you have the best existing transit, between Metrorail and Metro Mover. You mentioned all the county services plus now your own services. It really is one of the few places in the state of Florida you could live without a car.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember when I first moved to Miami, I didn't have a car.
Really?
And I started taking...
Where'd you move from?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, let's give Philly a shout out.
Hey, guys. But what I did is I didn't have a car when I first moved down here. And I would always take the trolley, and I didn't realize I was taking the trolley because I didn't work for City of Miami trolley system. And my mom told me about it. She was like, there's a free trolley that goes in front of your house. I'm like, no, nothing's free. I'm from Philadelphia. Nothing is free. It's always a catch. And I started taking it, and it allowed me to go into different neighborhoods, just like you said, because I lived originally in Edgewater. And then taking that trolley allowed me to go downtown. Then I will go to Brickell. Then I can go over to Coconut Grove. And if I want to go up to, go to a Haitian restaurant, I can also connect to Little Haiti. Yeah. And that was such a really...
All for free.
All for free, which is amazing. Yeah. And I didn't realize what I was starting to do in the relationships that I was starting to have and the systems that I was starting to understand when I first moved down here. And now I'm working for the city and I'm understanding how it all connects and, what systems are put into place for it to connect and for it to grow. Yeah. And it's just such an amazing situation.
And not only are you connecting the places within your city, there are a few occasions where you actually leave your city and connect to other places. I know, for instance, Coral Gables, right? Yes. Your trolley goes into the city of Coral Gables. I think theirs may also cross boundaries. I'm not sure. Yes. What are some of those other examples? Because I know there
So, like you said, we have Coral Gables that we connect. We also have maybe like 5 trolley stops within Coral Gables. So we connect with the Metrorail, of course.
Yeah. I think there's a part of unincorporated
Miami-Dade County that we incorporate too. We're going outside of our boundaries to go to Joseph Caleb to make sure we service that area. So we try to go out.
Yeah, well, it makes sense, right? Because at the end of the day, you want to serve your customers. The customers may have to cross that city of Miami boundary, and you should be able to. Yes. So thank you for doing that. And I think there are probably even better opportunities or more opportunities for that as part of your planning process, right? So,
exactly.
All right, let's talk about that planning process because you've mentioned it a couple times. And as an urban planner, I like to talk about planning.
Okay.
Especially when it's a plan that's going to be executed because there are too many plans that sit on the shelf, but this one won't be. So where are you in the process of that master plan for the trolleys and how can the community become engaged in it?
Okay, so we had our community engaging. We actually had, within our 5 districts, we had 2 meetings. I think 3 or 4 of them was virtual. However, we wanted the input from the residents of the city. We also took in consideration the surveys. So we had staff go out as well as other team members go out and have surveys within our residents. Not just within City of Miami, we went outside City of Miami because we have people that not only just live in City of Miami, take our trolleys, people on the outside. Yeah. So we took all the surveys that we could. I think we had over 1,500 surveys and took that in consideration to implement into what we have want to establish for our trolley master plan. So our last meeting that we had is where we came together with our findings from hearing from the community on where they want service, where service is not too much needed now where it was then. Right. So we're going to pile that together. And before we actually put it to our commission, we're going to sit with Miami-Dade County and ask them, listen, what do you think about this? How can we improve this? What can we take away from that? How can we help you and incorporate our service with your service to make sure that it is what the service is needed for within the city, not just Miami, but Miami-Dade County as well.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, all the services have to connect to each other and work as seamlessly as possible to make it easier for the rider, right?
Correct.
Because if they're taking a trolley to a Metrorail or to another county bus stop or another city service, they should have one place where they can go and make that kind of connection. And just we want to encourage people to use transit and reduce obstacles. So that's great. I love the collaboration.
Yes. Jamie can talk more on it because this is her baby.
All right, Jamie, bring it on.
The trolley master plan with the trolley master plan?
The trolley master plan as well as how we
So the baby, it sounds like it's in its 6th month of the pregnancy,
my baby is 6 months old right now. And just to piggyback off what Natasha said, we had over 1,500 surveys, which was amazing. And it was very important for us to get community engagement with those surveys as well as with those meetings. And we tried to go to where the people are and try to be very considerate as well as intentional about our meetings. So I know before they did mostly in-person meetings, but as Natasha said, we had around 3 virtual meetings for the individuals that were not able to go to those in-person meetings. And it was very interesting to find out how, even though when we say City of Miami is so large, it is, but everybody's needs are so different. Every community is different. Every neighborhood is different. You can go 1 block over and there is a language difference.
Correct.
So that was very interesting.
One house over.
One house, even in the same house, we were all speaking different languages. So we were very intentional about that when we planned those community meetings. We had English speakers, we had Spanish speakers, we also had an individual who spoke Creole, just so we can get that engagement and really understand the needs of those residents. So with the Trolley Master Plan, as she mentioned, we just had our first workshop with our directors, assistant directors, Natasha, the consultants, and we took our findings, we made some suggestions. They're going to come back with another workshop. And then we're going to present that to the county and get their engagement. Because when I came in, it was very important for me to understand how all these systems work out. Because I know you kind of create like a silo effect where you're just focused on your one city. But it's not just about the city. It's about how are we interacting with Miami-Dade County.
Absolutely.
Now I have certain individuals, I'm not going to say their names because I want to put them on the spot, that I'll call them like, how do you guys normally do this? Or how did you figure out this RFP or something as simple to other people, but you don't realize that it's not just your city. You're interacting with other individuals. So that was very important to me. And then we just had our Fan Fest at Bayfront.
Yes, huge for FIFA,
Oh, huge for FIFA, go FIFA. On June 24th, the Bayfront had around 30,000 occupants for that one particular location.
Wow.
And leading up to 4th of July weekend, we had so many phone calls, and our division is so small. We only have, 5 of us? 5 people in that one division that oversee all of that. Yeah. We had so many people call from Tennessee, from Boca, I'm serious, from Boca, Tennessee. How do I get from here to there?
Interesting.
And as to piggyback off of the technology portion, if we could just, which we are developing, I'm so excited to do that. We're developing that so we can have individuals plan their trip to go from one trolley, to get off the trolley, to go to the Metro Mover or the Metro Rail, and then go over to the beach. And that's just something that was very, very important to me because, and it's not even a generational thing, it's just we understand the needs of not just our residents, but the tourists that come in. Because when you're considering transportation, you also have to take into account the residents as well as the influx of people that are coming in and be considerate as well as intentional about that overall planning process. So yes, my baby is 6 months and she's growing, and then maybe we might have another baby. I don't know. We'll see how we're going to grow.
Baby steps.
I'm always trying to get more projects.
That's like my wife and I. We're going to have like 5 or 6 kids, and then once we had our first 2, we're like, I think we're good.
We're good. So package deal. Always trying to expand, and just grow the city and just meet the needs of the people. Honestly.
And wherever you go, people want to come to the city of Miami.
Of course.
So when they come to the city of Miami, whenever I go travel, 'cause I travel a lot, and I tell people I work with the city of Miami. I'm with the trolley. They're like, oh, I know that trolley. That makes me feel good because, like she said, it's like a baby. It's like a project that I worked on, and I'm the face of that. So to see what it's doing now, it's amazing.
And it's and I know you feel this way, it's such an important element of what makes the city work, what makes it, for a good quality of life is being able to get around.
Correct.
And especially in a city as dense as Miami, it's tough to drive because of the traffic. Driving is expensive. The car itself is a huge payment. And now look at gas prices, right?
Insurance.
It's not good for the environment. Parking in the city. Okay, that's a whole nother episode. But so offering them a free, easy, convenient way of getting around so that they can get to their jobs, get to school, get to entertainment, get to their doctors, whatever it may be, is huge.
Yes.
It makes a big difference. So,
not to mention the port. We get a lot of calls from people coming in. How can I get this trolley?
The seaport?
From the port? The seaport, yeah.
Do you still go there? Because at some point, yes.
Our carway trolley goes there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have like room for luggage on that thing, or how does that work?
We actually have room for luggage. We actually have room for luggage. And we're taking that in consideration as well.
Okay.
And our Trolley Master Plan, traveling to the port.
That's wonderful. So let's talk about on-demand. I know we touched on that. Any plans to expand that, or is that also waiting on to see what happens with the Trolley Master Plan?
No, that's a whole different sector.
That's a whole different, okay.
Yes, so we are looking to enhance our on-demand service. Like I said, right now we only have circuit transit that goes to Coral Gables. I'm sorry, Coconut Grove.
Right.
So our aim right now is to try to get our other or districts to be involved in taking into consideration our on-demand service. I know Commissioner King is speaking on what is that she wants as far as hearing from her residents on establishing on demand within her area. D1, I believe they have freebie service now, but it's not being paid by our CITT funds. So
right, because you have different agencies who are all, to some extent, also engaging in on-demand service. The Miami Parking Authority and then the Downtown Development Authority, right? Right,
but from my understanding, the D1 is paying for that themselves. So now what I'm taking an initiative of, because they have that data, let me provide this data to Miami-Dade County. Let them see that this is what's needed, although it's already duplicate services, but look at the data here. How can we use our half-cent taxes to service our City of Miami district?
Yeah, so, and to be honest, there is this conversation that's happening on whether it's duplicating service or complementing it.
Correct.
I tend to think it's complementary, right? It's providing that first, last mile and neighborhood circulatory service to complement the fixed route, buses, trolleys, Metro Rail, Metro Mover, right?
Correct.
I think you probably see it the same way.
I do.
Yeah.
There is a need.
Yeah.
But again, I also take in consideration how Miami-Dade County is seeing it. But then looking at it from our view is needed as well. But again, supporting it is what I'm looking for.
And to me, the most important thing, I understand the city view, I understand the county view. What I really care about is the view of the rider, right? What is the best thing for them? And at the end of the day, more service is better for them, more options.
Absolutely.
So, let's give them what they deserve.
I agree and understand it.
Amen. All right. I'm making friends now. So what is the date? Do you estimate that the plan will come to the commission? Because I know that you've had your public engagement, but there is another opportunity for the public to comment, which is when it gets to the commission, right?
Correct. Yeah.
They'll have their public hearings. So when more or less do you think that might happen? Is it months away? Is it a year away? Is it weeks away?
So we're looking at probably a couple months away, only because we do have our second workshop coming up.
Right.
That will probably be the end of July, depending on everyone's schedule, because some people go on vacations. We're going to do our second workshop, and then at that point, we're looking to
have something together
with the county.
Right.
And then at that point, the next steps would be to present it to
commissions.
All right. So in a few months.
Yeah. Correct. That's the aim. We're going to have this done. I'm looking to have it done before this year's out.
Excellent.
Before this year's out. And we're moving rapidly, so we'll have it together.
So let's talk. So the trolley is, I think people know what the trolley is. It's a bus that looks like an old school kind of streetcar,
like
right?
A streetcar, correct.
But they're fairly basic, but we have all these technological kind of innovations that are taking place in the transportation world. Let's talk about technology and innovation for a little bit and how you're incorporating that into the system to make it more efficient, more effective, more customer friendly. What's going on in that world?
In that world. So with the trolleys, what we're doing is, as I mentioned, we're working with the county to see their data and see what systems they're using, because they oversee so many different transportation initiatives. And we are currently partnering with a company, Transit, High-Low Transit. And what we're going to do is allow our trolleys to be on their system, as well as I mentioned, to allow riders to plan their trips.
Right. So that's like a GPS app for transit.
And it'll be much more reliable, more accurate. It won't just show the City of Miami transportation. It'll show the Miami Beach transportation, as well as Coral Gables transportation if they want to go to North Miami. Depending on how far transit goes up, because it is countrywide, they'll be able to plan their trip accordingly. So that's the first step. And then we're looking at possibly incorporating other things. That'll be another baby. And Natasha's like, slow down. We want to have a whole bunch of babies, right? A whole bunch of projects. A whole fleet, right, Natasha?
Oh, yes. So as you said,
Jamie's got baby on her mind. I don't know what's going on.
You see, I'm over here like, no, I have 5. I'm good right now. Leave me alone. So yes, as you said, we're trying to engage into our technology with our tracking system. So that's what we're working on. We're also in the process of upgrading our trolley fleet. So with our trolley fleet, of course, we're going to have the camera systems, the additional signs. So we're looking to just enhance what we have already. I know there's a talk about the electrical vehicles.
Right.
We have
or even hydrogen now. People are talking about.
Yes. So we have looked into that, and we're trying to head in that direction as well. But as you know, the cost for one trolley versus the electrical trolley, it's pretty steep. So what our plans is now is just to improve the service that we have as far as our vehicles and provide the service that we need to the cities.
And the other issue I don't think people appreciate is that, these trolleys, there aren't a lot of manufacturers of them.
No.
And then there are a lot of people demanding them. And so there's a huge backlog, right? I mean, you kind of have to get in line, and it takes a while to get them.
Let's talk about it.
For one trolley alone, it's 14 to 18 months.
14 to 18
just to produce
Yeah.
one trolley.
Yeah.
Right.
That's much different than going to a dealership and just buying a car on the spot.
Correct.
So those are things that we have to take into consideration, especially in regards to the funding and the fleet, in retiring the old trolleys and expanding on the new trolleys. And Natasha?
We hit on a subject that she so smiles about.
Listen. And I love it. The procurement process is not that bad. It's just getting them delivered to us. It's the process. So like she said, I just ordered 18 trolleys. So give or take, we probably will get those trolleys to maybe 2028.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. That's the problem that we have. But again, working with our vendor, we make sure that our trolleys are working in operating conditions despite the age. But we do what we can do with what we have. And we are transforming our old trolleys with our new trolleys.
So remind me now, you own the trolleys, but you contract out the actual operations,
Correct,
right?
Correct. We own the trolleys, and the vendor that we have, they maintain the trolley maintenance.
Is that Transportation America or
Limousine in South Florida.
Limousines?
Yes.
Okay.
Limousine in South Florida.
Right.
So everything is handled through them.
Excellent. So what else is going on?
Just trolleys.
Just trolleys. You got trolleys and babies on your mind.
As long as we're trying to improve, we're looking at improving our shelters too.
Let's talk about shelters. So that's
okay. So that's two different
important.
things. Okay, our bus shelters is not funded through CITT. So
It can be.
It can be, and we found it out.
Yes.
So
by the way, so in Miami-Dade County, the county, regardless of whether it's their bus route, the county will only put in or pay for bus stations in unincorporated.
Okay.
The municipalities all have to build and pay for stations in their own cities, even if it's for a county route. So,
Exactly.
yes, so city is responsible for bus stations, regardless of whether it's a city trolley or a county bus. Right?
Correct. So again, because we know now that CITT funds can be used for our bus benefit shelter, because Jaime reached out to her friends she have now, she's able to call and figure, hey, are you guys piggybacking off of this? If you are, how are you?
Yeah.
How can we? What steps do we need to take? Who can we contact? So we're in the process of doing that now because just look, the sun.
Oh, it's
we have many
in Miami-Dade County. You cannot have a bus station and not have some kind of cover between the sun and the rain.
The sun, the rain, something. So that's what we're aiming to, resilience. So how can we make sure that our residents are covered? How can we put bus shelters in areas that we don't have bus shelters?
Right.
So now we can use CITT funds. Let's look into that.
Good.
So that's another one of your babies.
I told you I have babies.
You're going to need a large van to transport all your babies around.
Not a minivan,
a trolley.
Just take a trolley. Just take a trolley. It's free.
Our trolley is free. Free transportation. We'll work in the numbers. My numbers. So we'll see.
So
But yeah, that's what
we're
we're looking to do. Because as you mentioned, not the trolleys, the bus shelters and bus benches, they do need to be improved. But there's so many within the city, and we're not just responsible for the ones for our trolley stops. We're responsible for the county stops as well. And we have our aides every day going out to take assessments of those individual bus stops to see if maybe we could put a shelter. If there's no limitations depending on the dimensions.
That's a challenge. They can't go everywhere. You don't always have the space, right? You have to maintain ADA clearance and all these great things.
And I must say, Miami-Dade County is putting the city on the spot right now because they upgraded their bus shelters.
Yeah.
So now we're getting calls. Hey, can we get a bus shelter that look like that in the city? So I'm in the process of letting them know. Right, very much so. So we're in the process right now of our contract ending for our bus shelters in April 2027. So that's part of our RFP that we're going to put out to make sure that our bus shelter is enhanced tremendously so it can have that better eye, that better view in conjunction with Miami-Dade County, again, who's putting us on the spot.
A friendly competition in a good way.
Right. I love it.
But that's all right. Listen, one of the great things about having 34 cities and the county all kind of experimenting with transportation is that someone is trying something new and you can learn from them, right? So one of the roles we try to play at the CITT is to bring the cities together on a quarterly basis so you can have conversations with each other. Like you said, you'll know who to turn to for advice on this or to piggyback on that, right? Yes. I love a good piggyback contract.
I love
it.
It makes it easier.
And some of our cities have done really cool things with shelters. I just had the manager of Cutler Bay on, and they have beautiful shelters. And what I love is when they tailor the design to something that is unique to their city.
Yes.
Right, the coral or whatever it may be. So are you thinking of that, kind of like incorporating like a certain brand that is Miami when you see that station?
Can you imagine a woman who loves to decorate? Where my mind is going right now. So my vision is very broad. Of course, once I have something in mind, of course, taking into consideration what other municipalities have and see how we can incorporate it together and taking it to my upper management, I'm pretty sure the city's going to have a very nice look.
I'm sure.
A very nice look.
I'm sure. Well, listen, if people want to find out more about the trolleys or the master plan, are there websites they can visit? Where should they go?
It would be, go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Well,
I was going to start talking.
yes. So we have our city website. So you can go on miamigov.com. We have our own website under there of transportation. So on there, you can also apply for get information about our on-demand services. Mm-hmm. You can also get information about our trolley system, our tracking system, our schedule, what have you. We can also call us at my personal, I'm going to give you my desk number because I love to be personal.
Yes.
I love that personal feeling. So if any complaints or anything that you see needs to be done, any bus pictures, shelter, we get calls from 311. Mm-hmm. But I can be reached at my desk at 305-416-1092. Yeah. My email address is nwade@miamigov.com. Email me, call me, anything I can do, I'm there.
And if you have any complaints about the CITT, please use that number and that email as well. No,
and I'll forward it over to CITT.
And how about yourself?
My contact information, I do not know my number off the top of my head. I apologize. But my email address is jblackston@miami.gov. I believe that's it. Yes. So if you have any questions, concerns, hopefully no complaints, you just want to tell us how amazing we are. I love those emails. You can send them directly to me, and they come to me.
They're never complaints. They're constructive criticism.
You're right, constructive criticism. But I don't have that many. You don't have any of those.
No,
it's always great things within the city.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. For me, starting in 2017, I see the difference. Yeah. I see the difference in it. Just again, from our ridership going up to now about 4.2 million. Amazing. Oh, I got to give thanks to you guys.
Yes.
For acknowledging the city.
I was just going to do it. Okay, so you're
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, yes, you have done a great job in turning around the system. You inherited some challenges and in very short order have kind of righted the ship. And so as a result of that, at our inaugural Mobility Matters Awards, we awarded the City of Miami with our Onward and Upward Award for Most Improvement. So congratulations. Yes. That was huge.
Thank you. That was very touching. That was very touching because I well deserved, I must say.
Well deserved.
Because at one time, I was only operating with myself and my transportation planning aide, which is Carla Lim. I got to give her a shout out because Carla and I worked hand in hand.
Yes,
and then everyone else came aboard and they came in shining. And I'm grateful to have Jaime, as she said, she was riding the trolley, not knowing she was going to be a part of our system. Mm-hmm. So she came in knowing already. And I'm looking at her like, how do you know that? I'm like, okay, I got it.
Like I was a spy. And I was like, no, I really catch a trolley, guys.
Yeah, and that was very interesting. So my staff is amazing. My director, my assistant director, everyone is so helpful when it comes to anything we need, and that just speaks volume for the city itself. Yeah. So again, it wouldn't have been awarded to me without them.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thank you for everything that you do. Congratulations again on all your success. I'm looking forward to seeing the plan and then seeing it implemented, and we're here, of course, to partner in however we can to help that along. And I'd love to have you back on sometime when the plan is done and we could talk about what the
we would love to.
We'll love coming
all the conclusions. That'd be great. So I want to thank Miami's community newspapers for producing and hosting us here in their lovely studios, and Priscilla back behind the cameras in particular. And I want to thank you, the viewers, for joining us here as well, and for all the success we've had here on Mobility Matters. This is now well over 100 episodes, and I take great pride in being able to communicate all the wonderful things happening with the half-penny sales tax to the people paying the tax. Yes. That's what this is all about. Yes. So, yes, thank you, City of Miami. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Miami's Community News. Thank you, viewers. You can catch us here next time, every other Thursday, 9:30 and 10 a.m. And until then, keep moving, Miami.